y'all? Welcome to Trucking with Trucker D. I'm Trucker D, and we're back at it again. It's Thursday, May 20th, and we're getting ready to head out on the road. So, the other day though, I was talking to an online representative for Continental Express, the company I currently work for. And turn this AC down a little bit so maybe you can hear me better. And she was wondering if I would be interested in putting a little video together about how things were when I started here and how things are while I'm here and just trucking in general. So I printed out the questions and I got them right here. So her first question for me is, what is your favorite part about being a truck driver? Well, my favorite part about being a truck driver is just the freedom of being able to work without somebody over your shoulder constantly. You know, not to mention, I do really enjoy going new places. I love driving. You know, I like the freedom of being by myself and not having to work with somebody over my shoulder all the time. That's the main thing right there. You know, a lot of these jobs I've had growing up, you always had a boss watching you, and God forbid if you stopped working for 5-10 minutes, there they were right on your shoulder and talked about, are you gonna set or are you gonna work? Like, dude, let me take 5 minutes, just chill. On top of that though, just being out on the road and seeing new things and seeing the interesting stuff that happens out here on the road with other drivers, and it's just it's something new every day. Even when you go somewhere the same place every day, it's still something new because you're always seeing something new. And you have, well, we'll get into that later about being able to take whatever route you want, but you can take whatever route you want and see something different. You know, as long as it's efficient for the run. But yeah, I think that's probably what I like about being a truck driver. Is just the freedom of being out here on the road, going to new places. You're basically being a paid tourist. So the next question is, what do you like most about driving for Continental? What I like most about driving for Continental is they're not controlling. They let you have free reins as long as you get the load done. They're very appreciative of the work you do, and if you go above and beyond, they're even more appreciative. They have an online presence where they actually recognize their drivers, and you know, they show appreciation, wish them happy birthday. All around, they're just a good company to work for, in my opinion. You know, a lot of these other mega carriers that you see, they like to control their drivers. Now there's a driver I follow on YouTube. He worked for Creek Carrier, and this is where I'm going to get into about traveling routes. He said that they would route plan for him, and that it was strictly enforced that you follow their route plan. They would make you fuel up at one spot and not fill the truck up all the way. Drive 60 miles down the road and you have to fill up again. It's like, what's the point of having to stop over and over again to fuel when you can just stop at one place and fuel? You know, it sounds like a lot of these mega carriers just want to control you. And another thing I like about Continental is they have safety features on their trucks, like following distance and the driver-facing camera. But those aren't big deals in my opinion. The camera, it doesn't bother me. It's like I forget about it half the time, honestly. But the guy I follow on YouTube was talking about how they have these sensors on the truck, and it sounds like they're unsafe, honestly, because he was mentioning, he told a story one time about how when he was driving, and all of a sudden a red indicator popped up on the dash saying accident avoidable something or another, and the truck just came to a dead stop on the highway. Now that just seems a little bit dangerous, especially when he was saying that these sensors pick up the truck's shadow, and it just seems unsafe to me. I think it's better that the driver has the control over the vehicle, and that you leave the sensors and all the other stuff that want to try to take control over the vehicle out of it. And that's what Continental does. They let their drivers drive the truck. They let the drivers decide where they want to fuel at. They let the drivers decide what way they want to take to a place. Because you never know, you might have to go a different route to avoid an accident or a road closure or something. But yeah, that's what I like about Continental, is you have freedom here. It's almost like you're kind of an owner-operator without all the overhead above you. See me, I just come in, I get my load text message to me, I come in and grab the truck, grab my load card, hook up to my trailer, do my pre-trip, and I'm gone. So, Continental, definitely. I'm glad I picked them as my first trucking company to start at. And question number 3, what do you think sets Continental apart from other trucking companies? Well, I pretty much explained what I think sets Continental apart from other trucking companies. And that's once again freedom. Freedom, and they let their drivers drive the truck. They don't let technology drive the truck. So, I'll leave that question right there with that. They're definitely, I definitely have to say, I mentioned this one a little bit earlier, that they let they care about their drivers. They appreciate what their drivers do. A lot of these mega carriers, they don't even know their drivers' names. And dispatch knows who their drivers are. And I like that. But that's my opinion on what sets Continental apart from other trucking companies. And like I said, I kind of answered that in my other 2 questions. And my favorite memory, which is the last question that I've had so far while being here at Continental. My favorite memory was over in Coldwater. I ended up having to stay the night at a hotel over there when it was snowing profusely outside. I was taking a load over to Coldwater from Plymouth out here, and the parking lot of the hotel that I stayed at, they didn't end up plowing the parking lot. So the next morning I go to leave and I can't get the truck out of the parking lot. It's stuck. I can't go nowhere. I call my dispatcher, Marcus Simon, and he shows up with an F-350. It might have been a 450, not sure. But he shows up with this pickup truck and actually pulls my semi-truck and loaded trailer out of the parking lot with nothing but a chain. Pulls me all the way to the parking lot and all the way to a spot where there was no high snow. I've never seen a pickup truck pull a loaded semi-truck before. It was completely something I'll never forget. And preceding that night, another memory I'll never forget, which was kind of a crazy one, was driving on the 80/90 in a complete blizzard. That was a fun time and a great experience for being a brand new CDL holder. So, and last but not least, I know I said that was the last question, but they also wanted me to mention what it was like coming on to Continental. Let's see. Yeah. All right, here. Starting as a new driver. When I started here as a new driver, it was smooth as silk. They dealing with recruiting. They had me scheduled for orientation literally within 3 hours of talking to them on the phone. Showed up for my hotel. They had my room ready and everything. The room was clean. Orientation went smoothly, and I was able to start in Plymouth the very following day. My trainer, Anthony, he was easy to work with. He made training easy, unlike some of these other trainers do at these other trucking companies. He made it so I was relaxed and was able to go out there and drive the truck. If you're a new CDL holder, definitely come to Continental. They pay better than a lot of these mega carriers do for trainees, and they're a lot friendlier. So that's my answers and thoughts on Continental Express. I really do enjoy the company, and I don't see myself going anywhere for a while. I honestly think my next move is going to be owner-operator. I won't work for another company. This is going to be where I stay for the long haul. They've been nothing but good to me so far, and as long as they're good to me, I'm going to be good to them. That's just how I feel how things should go. But with that, y'all, I'm going to take off, get ready to head out on this run, heading down to Lowell, Indiana, and heading back to Jackson, Michigan. So with that, everyone out there, please be courteous to your fellow driver, and I'll see you next time. Later.